She is my model, and she's also a New York City certified esthetician. So now my favorite part before I ever do any foundation is I love liquid highlighter because it gives you that glow from underneath, from within. So a lot of people, well, lately these last few years, we've been putting highlighter on top of our foundation, and that's giving us that really big streaky look, where now we're going to start putting highlighter underneath the foundation, and you're going to see the difference that makes, especially to the face. And I'm using Melanie Mills, and she has this great liquid highlighter, and I have it in deep gold. So I'm going to put that back on my palette. Highlighter is my favorite part.
I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, I never have been able to figure out how to apply a highlighter, so I'm going to be taking some notes.
Yeah.
See, I just put a little bit on this disposable one. So because I'm a makeup artist and I'm using a model, I'm going to be using more disposable products, right? To make sure that we're keeping it sanitary. But if this was yours, you would just put it on your finger and you can just dab it anywhere. So where I'm going to focus on is really here, right under the temples, around here, on the other side. And you notice I'm not doing what we're used to do, we're just streaking it across, right? We're just really getting where the sun hits. So I'm putting a little bit here, putting a little bit here. And I like to put a little bit right underneath the brow bone as well.
The brow bone highlight translates great in photos.
Yes. And I'm going in with that same sponge on another side, and I'm just going to blend this in. I'm just blending. Now my trick for underneath the brow bone is that I'm going to go in with a brush and just diffuse the color a little bit. And this is one of the tricks that I use a lot in runway, because in runway we have to go and do our makeup really, really fast, right? And we need to make sure that we're getting the most impact. And so just getting this liquid highlighter here can make all the difference when a look is going down the runway. So I want you to look from this side. You see, like, it's not harsh.
Yeah, it's just a pretty glow.
It's just a really, really pretty glow. And now I'm just going to go around again. And blend it out. Now, once we've done all of this and we've gotten our lit from within look, now we can go in, and if we feel like we want a little bit more coverage, we can get a foundation going. So I just want to get some on her collarbone just because we're here. Okay. Play around with this.
I like that. I've never done that before with the highlighter. That's a really cool technique, actually.
Yeah, and this is something, if you're just going 1, 2, 3 and you just want to go out, that's a great way to get that glow. Because look, we're still natural. We're still really glowy. And I'm just making sure everything's blended out. Okay, so here is one of the fun parts. So for the fall, our skin gets really, really dry. And I'm a big believer in cream foundations because they really melt into the skin and give you that wonderful natural look that you can also build up or just keep natural if you like, right? So I have a palette like this that I've made of every color combination that you can think of in cream. And when I have my model or my client, I always like to just put it next to them. I have a plastic cover here to keep it sanitary. And I'm really just looking for her inner color right here and these outer contour colors as well. So now that we're looking, I'm seeing she's more here for inside, and we can mix that together with this one to get her out, her contours.
That's really convenient.
Yes. Yeah. But you can also, so for some of my clients, specifically like my brides or my event makeup, what I'll do is I'll make a smaller pack for them, which has their color corrector, concealer if they want it, their foundation and their contour all in one, and also their blush, because as we go further, you're gonna see that I love cream and liquid blushes as well for that same exact reason, because we don't want that harsh on top. We want it to melt into the skin and look like skin, you know, beautiful, glowing skin.
So the cream, Dominique, it's thicker than the liquid, but it's thinner than like the stick foundations, or like how would we
The stick foundation is cream.
Is cream. Okay.
Yes. But when you see me put it on, you're gonna see that I'm using very, very little. And then blending out from there.
And what if you're older and you do have some, you know, fine wrinkles and stuff like that? Is it going to sit in there, or just because?
So then that would sit in there. So what you would want to do is you would kind of want to use like a powder kind of, or I love Dior for older skin, Dior face and body makeup, because it has that, it's really thin and lightweight, and then it won't sit into those creases.
Good to know.
So most of my kit is either the Dior liquid or this cream. And then I have lots of powders to set where I want to set.
So the powder goes after, right?
Yes, so the powder is there to set your makeup so that it can be with you all day. And I'm gonna just wet that same sponge. I'm just using different sides of the sponge to just. And I'm just using little taps. And I hope that you guys saw that I really just focus in on this area, and then I'm just blending it out. I'm going around the mouth as well, just to make sure that we have all the coverage that we need. So you can see on this side of the face, it just has a place, and this side. We love how glowy she's looking, right?
Beautiful. Wow.
I probably just use like 2 dots on each side, and we're blending.
Oh, so it's not
Yeah.
much at all then. Okay.
So you're not, when you're getting that stick foundation, when they're giving it to consumers, you're thinking that you're just gonna just smear it all over your face. No, you're just using little bits. So I would just tap, right?
Oh, I think
Or
that's
if you
part
can
is
take
wrong.
it out of the case and just use little dabs where you feel you need it. Because we don't need makeup all over our face, right?
Right. You're
So
just
that was better.
you're just doing a really great job blending it, really, the little bit that you have.
We only need a little bit to get underneath that eye.
And then it looks way more natural than like a full face where you're like, whoa.
Exactly. And this is something that we want to speed up our mornings, right? Now that we're going back into the world and whatnot, we don't want to go and have 45-minute routine unless that's what you like. But this is really, once you get the hang of it, it's a 15-minute routine, right?
Seems kind of relaxing too, in a way.
Right? Bree looks very happy.
I am.
Now I'm gonna go in and with that, I don't want to say contour really. It's just like a darker shade. Yeah, sculpting. It's more like sculpting the face. Now I'm looking at this colors around, and we're gonna use that to bring it back in. So we're still keeping those colors that are already in the face. We're not trying to change her colors in her face. We're looking at her face and we're seeing what colors are already there, and then we're highlighting what we want to highlight it, highlight that so that we can create the face. Her face, just clear, yeah. So I'm gonna take that around the perimeter. very little. And as you can see, it's not that big of a difference. Now I'm going with that same sponge. It's still a little wet. And dampening your sponge really helps blend everything out. And bringing it down to the neck.
A trick I use sometimes is I'll dampen the sponge with makeup setting spray.
Yes.
So that you can, you're like setting it while you're putting it on for if you want to wear it all day.
Exactly.
Anything I can do to make mine set better, sure. Oh my gosh. I think like because my skin gets so oily throughout the day, it feels like stuff kind of wants to slide off of it, even though it's so dry in the morning.
Yeah. So for my makeup, I have very oily skin. So I really don't have anything on. I know that lighting's not the best for me, but I'm really just putting it underneath my eyes. Same thing that I was doing with Brie. And then I'm setting it with infallible powder. And that's what keeps it on all day. And then spraying it with setting spray and putting the setting spray on the sponge as well. And those little tricks really help.